Hi, my name is Aya, you're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to do my October TBR. I always love the month of October. I think it's because it's smack dab in the middle of fall, of course. Halloween is also a thing during October, although I do have to say, here in the Netherlands, it's not that big of a holiday or celebration, but I do always, since one of my favorite genres is paranormal romance, what better way to read those than during October? I also do anticipate that I will have more time to read during October. Although in the first week of October, I will be going on vacation to Greece. So hopefully that will be very lovely weather. But the rest of the month, I don't really have a lot of big plans. And I think I have like a week off where I don't have any set plans yet. So maybe I'll be doing a lot of reading for that. Also, I'm just so happy with my new t-shirt. Look! It's Spy Family, which is one of my favorite mangas. So I found this t-shirt and I'm so happy with it. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. You're here to watch my October TBR. And as always, I will be choosing prompts from the TBR jar. And then at the end, I'll tell you some of the new releases that I'm very excited to read. There's not a lot, but the ones that are coming out in October, I am very, very excited about. So let's get started. As always, I'm gonna pick 5. Maybe I'll pick 6 this time, but we'll see. I also was thinking of adding some new challenges. So maybe for the next TBR, you'll see some other challenges. Let's see. Can you see that? You're also pretty far away. Let me actually see if I can change that. Hello. Okay. Let's do that again. I don't know if you can see that, but 100 books scratch off. Whoa, we never had that challenge, which I don't know if I'm that excited about it, but I have a scratch off poster that I should hang up somewhere, but I haven't yet. Let me see, I do know where it is, and let me see if we can pick a book from there. Okay, so this is the scratch off poster I talked about. Basically, it's a bucket list of 100 books, mostly classics, and I haven't scratched off any, even though I have read some, obviously. So let me see which one I am interested to read. So not all of them are classics, because there is American Gods, for example, but also Noughts and Crosses, which is a book I do own. Let me see. Ooh, Frankenstein could be a good one. That is, I believe, one of the classics I was planning on reading. Or no. Let me see here. No, I was planning on reading Dracula, but maybe that is also on here. Or The Picture of Dorian Gray is for sure on here. And that is, I was planning on reading that during the fall anyway. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Picture of Dorian Gray, but let me see if there are others that I really want to read. Okay, so Dracula is also on here, but no, I'm gonna go for Picture of Dorian Gray because that is not that long. So hopefully I can finish it. Let me actually grab it because I do own it. Okay, so this is the book. It's only a little bit over 200 pages, so I do think that is very much doable. So basically this is about this guy named Dorian Gray who wants to have eternal youth. So he gets his portrait taken, and then instead of him aging, the portrait ages, but while he is living his life, he's doing all sorts of evil things. So the portrait gets uglier and uglier, and he has to keep it hidden. So it says here that it is a mix between a gothic horror novel and decadent French fiction. So dark gothic horror sounds like a good book to read during October. Moving on. Oh, that's 2. Let's go for this one. Okay, interesting. Old Booktube Darling. Okay. How am I gonna find that? Okay, let me think. Obviously, I want a book I already own. Let me think. Okay, so it took me a while, but I went for Transcendence by Shay Savage. So this book came out in 2014. It is definitely an old Booktube darling because people used to really talk about this book a lot. It is still one of a lot of people's favorite books. So that gives me all the hope that I will love it too. And this is definitely self-published. And it's not that long. And the text is pretty big. So basically, this is about a girl named Beth. One day, she gets transported back to caveman times, and there she meets this guy named Ed. And he's a caveman, but he's not a Homo sapien, I think. So he cannot actually communicate with her. We follow Ed's perspective. So she talks about things and he doesn't understand her, and it's their romance. I do feel like this transcends time, basically, because I do feel like anytime somebody picks this book up now, people still love it. So it's definitely not of its time. So I'm very excited about it, and it's definitely a booktube, an old booktube darling. Moving on. This challenge. Okay, can you see that? Good. Random number generator ebooks. Okay. I don't know how I pictured me doing this. Let me actually do a screen recording, I guess, and we'll figure this out together. Okay, let's see. I think we can, okay. So there's 1,209 books on my Kindle, although I do have some on my iBooks as well. Okay, let's see. Let me sort by title, okay, or author. Let's do author. Okay, how many books? Okay, 1,209. Oh, this is gonna suck so much. Let me see. Oh no, wait. Okay, wait a minute. I forget if I actually did this or not, but let me see. Okay, so I wanted to input every book I owned on a spreadsheet and I never continued on. So I guess that was my plan, but I guess we'll have to do it another way then. Okay, so there are a couple books here. Oh, I guess I don't have as many as I thought. I'm so confused. Okay, let me just do Kindle then. Oh, okay, here are the other ones. Okay, so I'm gonna do a random number generator based on first name of an author, I guess. I guess that is the easiest way to do it. So 26 letters in the alphabet, so let's do that. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 26. 1, so A. Okay.
That number is used in some
Stop.
locations.
Okay. A, so, and let me see. So Kindle arranges them by author's last name starting with an A, which makes sense. And then iBooks doesn't. Oh no, they do. Okay, confusing. Okay, let's just skip iBooks. Let's just do that. We're just gonna do Kindle. So obviously some of them I have already read. We're not gonna pick Jane Austen because I just don't wanna do that. So let's count all the books that I own of authors that start with an A. So there's 5 in each line. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 62. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 62. 26. Okay. So 10, 10, 20. Okay, that is a book I already read. So let's do it again. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 1 and 62. 39. So 10, 20, 30. So it's one of the Neva Altage. Okay, so let's just do the next one that I'm supposed to read. So I read Broken Whispers. So I'm gonna be reading Painted Scars. That is the first book in this series, and I started with the second book because a lot of people say that the second book is better than the first. So I'm gonna be reading Painted Scars, and I do own that one, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, perfect. Moving on. These are all like interesting challenges, I guess. But it's a dark romance, mafia romance. I do feel like fall is a good time to read it. Okay. Random book list, second page to 15 times recommended. Okay, another screen recording. Okay, so basically second page starts here. And then the idea is to go through all these pages. Okay, what I'm gonna do instead is do another random generator. And the second page starts with a book being recommended 112 times. So let's do that. 15 to 112. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 15 and 112. 60. So I need to pick a book that has been recommended 60 times. Which are these? Ideally, I would pick a book that I already own. Let's see, okay? So of the books I already own, it's either between Legendborn, Keeper of the Lost Cities, which I don't own that one. It used to be on Script, so I don't have that subscription anymore. I cannot really count this. The Martian, Feral Sins, Entreat Me, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which Entreat Me is also on Script. Of the ones I don't own are the Heaven and Hell series, which those are all spicy, taboo, dark romances. The Naked Fisherman, Does It Hurt? The Never King, Meet Your Match. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for The Never King because I have been meaning to read this series. I am in the mood for like a Why Choose romance series. These are all novellas, short, to the point, and it's a Why Choose Peter Pan retelling. So I'm gonna go for that. Very excited about it. Moving on. Read a contemporary romance. I'm gonna go for the new release I'm very excited about. The Striker by Anna Huang. This is Anna Huang's newest release. Anna Huang is one of my favorite authors, and this is her first sports romance, and it is a football/soccer romance at that. And football is one of my favorite sports. It's the only sport I watch, actually. Although I do have to say I only watch it during the World Cup and the European Cup, but I don't care. I still like the sport, and this is one I'm very excited about. It comes out on October 22nd, and you follow Asher Donovan, who has been mentioned in her other series, and he's also playing for the Premier League, which when I did watch a competition, it was the Premier League when Cristiano Ronaldo still played for Manchester United. Okay, so basically he has a rival, and they have been going at it for a while. Somebody's drilling. Why must you do this? Continuing on. He used to have a rival, and now they're teammates, and they are obviously still not getting along. So they are forced to bond during an off-season cross-training, and the trainer is somebody he's very attracted to, but it turns out that she is his rival's sister, and she used to be a prima ballerina, and now she swore she would never date a footballer, but of course she's gonna fall for him. It sounds amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. And it does start off a new series, but I don't care. I will read any Anna Huang as soon as it comes out, unless I'm in a reading slump, and then I'll read it as soon as I'm out of it. Let's pick another one. Why not? Why not? This one. Okay, so the challenge was to read a Lauren Asher. And this is actually perfect because we're coming up to the end of the year, of course. And one of my goals was to finish as many series as I could. And obviously I haven't been doing too well on that, considering I haven't really been reading these past couple of months. I'm gonna read the fine print. Basically, I read the final offer for the Goodreads Choice Awards last year, and I haven't continued on with the series. It's only a trilogy, so if I read this one in October, then maybe I can read the second book in November or December and then have another series finished, especially because I do think that Lauren Asher is gonna show up in the Goodreads Choice for this year, and then I'd have two series of her open, and I don't really wanna do that. This is the shortest one in the series. Still, it is over 400 pages. Basically, this, for those of you who don't know, is a series following these three brothers whose grandfather was a Walt Disney type figure. So he was Walt Disney in their world. And he left them all a task in the will that they needed to complete in order to get their inheritance. And the first book, you follow Rowan, who needs to basically become the CEO of the theme park, I guess. And there he meets Zara. So she submitted a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride. And she should be fired, she thinks. But then Rowan hires her for a dream job. But now they have to work together and they don't really get along. And yeah, I don't think this is a lot of people's favorites, but I have read the third, and the third book was one of my favorite books. That was a second chance romance. So I am interested to see what I feel about this book. I did see them, obviously. I did see this couple in the third book and I did enjoy them. So hopefully I'll love their book. Let me see if there is another new release that I really want to read. Oh yeah, the first one is actually Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz. So this is a nonfiction, a memoir of her life. And she used to play in One Tree Hill, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And I obviously ship Nayli. And it turns out that she was in a cult while filming One Tree Hill. And I'm just so very intrigued. So I don't know if I'll listen to this on audiobook. I probably will. Around the time this comes out. It comes out on October 22nd, and I'm very, very excited about it. And the only other one I'm interested in is The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. So this one comes out on October 15th. It's the third and final book in the X-Hex series, and for those of you who don't know, the X-Hex is one of my favorite books of all time. Although the second book I didn't really love that much, and I don't know if I'll love the third book, but since this is the last book in a series, I do want to read it as soon as possible so that I can tick another series off. So we'll see if I get to that one. So these are the physical books on my TBR, and there's a bunch of ebooks as well. I am very, very excited about this TBR. It's a good mix of genres, but there are a couple romances. But within the romance categories, it's different subgenres. So hopefully I can get around to most of them. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Also, what is on your October TBR? I would really love to know, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did, and if you're down there, leave me a ghost emoji. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.